Welcome to Travel Tutor. In this episode, we're going to look at the top 5 hacks for travel day. Number 1 is be early. Arrive at the airport at least 2 hours prior to your departure. If you're traveling domestically, you can likely get away with an hour and a half, but it wouldn't show up any later than that. You may encounter long waits or long lineups at security or customs if that applies to your trip, and it's not worth risking missing your flight over an hour or even 30 minutes. Number 2 is dress appropriately. Layers work best, especially for long-haul flights. Then you can take things off and put them back on as needed, as once you're up in the air, of course, it usually tends to be quite a bit cooler than on the ground. There also is a bit of a fine line between being comfortable and being floppy, and you just want to make sure that you're on the right side of that line, especially if you're in the hunt for an upgrade. The airline is not likely to upgrade somebody who looks sloppy or messy, so be sure to look neat and tidy. Shoes are important as well, as when you go through security, you usually have to remove them, so make sure to wear footwear that you can take off easily. My tip is to always bring or wear a scarf. It's such a great multi-use item. You can use it as a blanket or a pillow if you want to sleep on the flight, and of course, you can wear it as a scarf if you get chilly. Number 3 is download the airline's app. That way you get notified of any changes, schedule changes, or gate changes. For instance, when you're at the airport, it's often really hard to hear the announcements over the PA system, and you could easily miss a gate change. But if you have the airline's app, they'll usually send you a notification to your phone, so you're sure never to miss anything. And it's super easy to check in online using the app because you've already likely plugged in all your trip information. And some airlines are moving towards using apps for the in-flight entertainment and away from individual seatback TVs. Examples of this are WestJet and Air Canada Rouge. Number 4 is Checkin Online. I've mentioned this in nearly every episode I've made so far, and it's because it's really important. It can really expedite things at the airport and save you time and not have you waiting in line needlessly. And super important is seat selection. If you didn't assign your seat at the time of booking, now is the time to get your seat. Or if you've already selected a seat, sometimes the airline has a greater variety of seats to choose from at check-in, so you can swap your seat for something better. And number 5 is don't make plans for right after you land. It just adds extra stress. If you're delayed or even canceled, you may not have time to let your companion know or the tour company know that you're not going to make it. And making plans for when you arrive in your destination seems like a good idea beforehand, but once you arrive after a 14-hour flight, the last thing you probably feel like doing is going off to dinner or to a tour. You likely want to go to your hotel or B&B or home and shower, change, and take it easy. Thanks for joining this episode of the Travel Tutor. Let us know in the comments below if you have any questions and if there's any topics you'd like us to cover in future episodes. And please click on subscribe. We're here to help you get the most out of booking your travel.